Welcome to a very special episode of Doom Eternal. Very lore-heavy, and a boss fight. So if you don't care for the lore, I'm very sorry. We're going to be spending this whole time watching cutscenes and reading codex entries.
And apparently it's Dark Souls 2.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Alert the priest.
Sentinel Prime, home of the Sentinels. And today, we will be learning a bit more about the Sentinels, as well as the origins of the Doomslayer himself. We will learn a lot in this episode. First thing we learned, this place is very pretty.
I really do expect there to be a chariot fight inside that Colosseum.
Sentinel Prime. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argentinur. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Colosseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in service to Argentinur. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation with the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges, with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order of Daig continue to hold undisputed power on Argentinur. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascended class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement.
Each codex comes with an image too, so we'll be seeing those as well.
Oh god.
So that's a little bit into the origins of Sentinel Prime, or at least like what they do here. This is a big coliseum of battle.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
Doom Guy spoke, and he was called Doom Guy in the subtitles.
Yeah.
Ugh. High school, man.
Yeah.
History of the Sentinels, Part 4. Translations from the Ligra Sultagenta, Book of Kings. In the time of King Novik, as the Argentas secured peace and safety through dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world, and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first took step upon our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in an attire not suited to our lands and carried munition of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum, as did the sound of his fury. As the guards cheered his banner, "Rip and tear," they shouted, as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided only one reward: the right to earn an honorable death, while spreading the blessings of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order Deeg, the Khan Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire, and a dark place unknown to the Queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gift of the Makers to those in need.
So from what I understand, the Sentinels found Doom Guy, after the events of Doom 64, where he just stayed in hell and continually fought demons until he went insane. And that's why he just mumbles this inane crap.
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
History of the Sentinels, Part 5. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own. Not through ship, nor ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirly, fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many. Crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Telorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beasts with spear in hand, the might of the Holy Fleet striking back at the demons. But the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon
I'm
us.
glad that even in this old drawing, that guy's got a rockin' booty.
The ancients appreciated the ass.
You know what? Good on them. That's how you know they were enlightened.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
I am almost positive she's talking about Daisy.
She is 100% talking about Daisy.
I thought she was talking about the super shotgun, which you stole back anyway.
She just like, no, I already have it back. Shit.
But elegantly. Shit.
History of the Sentinels, Part 6. Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machined steel, but from the essence of their very being. A dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident? Our victories serving to dull our blade as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker gods stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we pushed to the brink of defeat, and our gods stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of the Daig were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was the life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believed that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for victory on the battlefield. The Khan Maker gave blessings to our majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Scarlet Elixir from the demonic realm, for she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. After great efforts, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of the demonic energy and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemy could be used to end life or to enhance it. The power to heal, to mend, immortality, knowledge, and enlightened faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of the Sentinel priests and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horde that clawed at our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No Sentinel would grow sick, no Maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they so feared. All would be risen. None could ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time, in this world and all others, we would dictate the order. United with the Makers, we would find peace eternal.
That entry specifically pretty much spoke about the discovery of Argent Energy. It certainly sounded like they wanted to use it for interdimensional domination, essentially. They wanted to be, like, super powerful, and they wanted to live on with all of these healing techniques and stuff that would come from Argent Energy. You could start to see why the Doomslayer started to stray from them a bit, because they're clearly not morally all there.
The Khan Maker demanded the tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of the Daig took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argent Denur. We took the war to their cursed lands, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown. He who had survived in the front lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident. his lust for their destruction matching our own. Though Argentinur remained a foreign land to him, his fervor caught the attention of inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected allegiance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Knights Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chafed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage were to be considered. And as they witnessed the stranger spar with their hall masters, they found in him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Knight Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the hell gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times the Knight Sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return, the stranger strode more capable than before, his gait locked in step with the march of the Sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the devils indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blooded conscript. For to them, he had become a brother in arms, forged in war, an ally, a weapon.
That armor still looks so dumb.
It looks sick as hell though with the sword, because look at how detailed they are, and then you got Doom Guy. Okay, start the timer. Let's find out how long it is before we get more lore.
I think there's a cutscene, so it's kind of cheating right now. Plus, there are still secrets and items to find in here. There's a 1-up, and I've already collected... Nope, never mind. I'm about to collect a Praetor token. So there's... This is still a level, kind of.
The 1-up you really need in this incredibly threatening level.
For those curious, until the boss at the end, there are no enemies at all in this level.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdag's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
Now that I'm a little confused by, because Argent energy is from people who are dead. People die all the time, and I guess she's trying to get them a bit quicker?
The Makers sacrifice other cultures to keep their deal with hell going.
Right, that's true.
History of the Sentinels, Part 8. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta society grew under the watchful eye of the Makers, and through the endless power of the Essence, While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemies had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed, and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this manner of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it.
So it seems that some were against the use of Argent energy to become super powerful supermen.
Is Doomguy implied to have been with the Sentinels at the time?
Yes, I believe he's still there. I'm not sure that this episode will speak with how the Doomslayer was, entombed and were separated from the Night Sentinels. I don't think that's discussed in this particular episode.
Because part of me thinks that would be a better character. As far as whatever Doomguy's character is, it would be better if he made the snap decision when he arrived at Mars and woke up and just saw the corpse lying against the computer when Samuel Hayden says, "This is for the advancement of humanity." For him to immediately know that that's bullshit and he's going to stop this.
History of the Sentinels, Part 9. The Black Star ascended to its zenith. King Novik sat restlessly at his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble. Just beyond the mountain rise to the east, the blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hell Gate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and its horde. And with his coming, the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons massed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the Blood Arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent and shredded the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. Rip and tear, he roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, now armored alongside the shoulders of his sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the Great Wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samur, Chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under the veil of secrecy, and for reason unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samur received no consent from the Khan Maker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, The Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine, their summer maker. The Seraphim, known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which the transformation took place that was most uncertain to us. For we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed onto the Argenta so many generations ago was to be used by the priests only to find the impurity among us. How could it be that the device that was meant to cull the sentinel breed of its contaminants could then be used to purify the Outlander's body and give rise to the one who would lead us into the battle henceforth? What rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the Covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan whose fire sword would blaze a path for the just and cut through the demonic horde with vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with Maker magic. He took the crucible in hand, and wraith fire leapt forth from the blade, as only it will when held by a true sentinel warrior king. In our darkest hour, the Slayer had been chosen, defying tradition, our most sacred laws, and the will of the great Khan herself. A stranger to our land, had been blessed with celestial might.
Check that armor. That's the last of the cosmetic armor we're going to be unlocking at the Fortress of Doom as well.
Fucking do not like it.
It's kind of silly.
That said, Doom Guy is absolutely shredded.
Big boy.
Speaking of Dark Souls 2, that looks like multiple Dark Souls characters ran into each other.
They just got stuck.
It looks like someone's slapping together a bunch of armor pieces to min-max.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people who survive against mine.
I don't know what these noises are.
I do appreciate she's... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Daig Grav. Daig Grav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests among the people of Argentinur, frequently visiting his ancient homeworld to lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for blood sport in the arena to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell's forces, but after the deaths of Daig Nilox and Daig Ranak, he has fled to the safety of the arena. It was Daig Grav who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayal of Sentinel Commander Valen, taking the keys to the Sepulchre of Elements and opening the vault of the Sleeping Wraiths. The ancient creatures were abducted, transported to Hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the Icon of Sin, a titan still spoken of in legend throughout Argentinur.
The Icon of Sin? That was the final boss of Doom 2.
Oh no, his son was John Romero.
That'd be a hell of a twist. Some demons in cages here.
Just fucking John Romero kills you and then whispers into your ear, I can't leave without my buddy Superfly.
You won the game. You can't kill these guys. I tried. The bars are basically walls.
I'm just surprised they're still in their cages after all these years. Oh no!
Last one. Last one. It's okay.
Gladiator. In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argentinur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, once a place of honorable combat where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight in the front lines of their army, has since become a place of blood sport. In violation of Sentinel law, the priests have encaged a demon there, a merciless executioner to enact judgment of their own decree. The Gladiator, wielding an accursed shield which entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives it has claimed.
It does look pretty rad.
It's a pretty cool demon, yeah. And it actually stays a boss. You don't see it again after this.
Yo, that's real fucked up. Trying to grab all this shit you don't need because nothing has happened!
It's instinctive.
I know, but it's pointless.
You'll make a fine addition to the front line, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
The Gladiator. One of the only true bosses in Doom Eternal. It works kind of similar to the Marauder. When the shield glows green and it makes itself vulnerable, you're going to want to shoot it and run up to it and do glory kills, which take chunks of its health away. Honestly, I don't love this boss. It's kind of basic. It's kind of like the Marauder, but less interesting. And more health.
Does his shield blink?
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's got an animated face. That's kind of rad. Like it said in the codex, it contains the tormented soul of its master. I also just don't do well in this boss, I gotta say. And I don't think it's very hard, but you just gotta be good at dodging its mace.
It's not a hard fight, but I do really like his design. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a cool looking dude.
Shooting his shield at you.
And because of how the game functions, even in a boss fight, you still have to have regular zombies around if you run out of ammo. I like this. This is a good choice of song, too, because it sounds like there's like a crowd chanting during this fight, since we are in a gladiatorial arena.
Yeah, it reminds me of Pokemon Sword and Shield during the gym battles. Where when people start fucking Dynamaxing, the crowd starts cheering and is part of the track. It's great.
I have no idea why that comparison was hilarious to me.
I don't know why either.
I mean, comparing Doom to Pokemon is kind of just funny on its own.
Yeah, but it works.
I mean, I see it, yeah. Maybe it's just funny because I love this game and I did not like Sword and Shield.
I enjoyed Sword and Shield more than I had a few previous Pokemon.
I'm happy for you. I wish I could have.
I'm happy for me too. I'm glad you enjoy this game. It's always nice to find a game you mesh with.
Yeah, I love this game. I think I've come to the conclusion that conclusively, I do think I like this game more than Doom 2016. I just have more fun with it overall. It's more focused.
Yeah, fuck him up! Yeah!
Oh. But wait. The Goat Man's not what we need to kill. It's the soul in the shield!
Why is it always the eye?
Chew!
Where was he keeping that? Actually, I think he did have it strapped to his waist. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking of one of my favorite fucking ads, but, you know. Let's not talk about that.
So now that the shield's destroyed, he can still create this magic shield, which means what was the point of having the shield to begin with?
It's from twirling the maces, flails, whatever. I don't know. Really fast.
Yeah, and it reflects your damage as well. So you very much do not want to shoot that shield while it's up. He also plays jump rope. Oh god, I'm running right into him every time.
Emphasis on jump.
Oh no, sine waves. My greatest weakness. I can't math.
Yeah, I'm very bad at dodging those jump ropes, gotta say. I forget if you can attack the gladiator while he's jump roping. No, I don't think you can. That yellow energy will block your attacks. The gladiator does look cooler than fucking what the hell were they called? The Hell Guards, the big rock guys from Doom 2016, where they just looked dumb and their fight was dumb. This guy at least looks cool, but I still don't love his fight so much.
No, his fight's not great, but I do like his design a lot. And that's what matters. Aesthetics. Fuck gameplay.
It does help. A good game with a shitty aesthetic will ruin it for me, personally. Oh, here we go.
Yeah! Yeah!
Ah. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, that was lacking in splatter.
This is why you don't let Doom Guy get near a 9 iron or a 3 wood.
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of
Oh, hey, you're here, I guess. The exact same vibe, actually.
I have a gun.
Yo, dude, that was fucking awesome, but, at the end of the day, we're cops.
Alright, so that's the third and final Hell Priest, so hopefully that means that the invasion of Earth will slow to a halt?
I appreciate that pretty much all of the collectibles were lore.
All of them except, like, 2,
Lives.
which may have been
there
coins.
There were a couple lives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there were coins too.
The lives don't even count for your exploration.
Yeah, look at that. 1 coin! 1 fucking coin!
I'll give it this, it's an easy level to 100%.
If you can't do that for the rest of the game, you can manage the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could find a way to fuck it up.
I was dreading this level for so long. Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, the next level, we are going to be going to the ancient city of Taras Nabad, and this is where the game starts becoming a bit more assholey. Like, it starts getting pretty fucking tough in the next level.
So what you're saying is things actually fucking happen.
Oh yeah, things will be happening for the rest of the game. This was very much a detour.
God damn.
We'll be back to ripping and tearing next time.
Fucking hate lore.
Apologies to my friend Lore if he's watching.
Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. The Khan Maker demanded the teeth How do you pronounce that? Give me a moment to use Hell Google. Tithe. Got it. I'm keeping that in. Speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft. With the onslaught of the demons massed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend. Fiend? With a TH? Ugh. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the sentinels, when all Daig Grav reminds the Daig Grav. Daig Grav remind fuck. Daig Grav.